Good morning, folks. Welcome back. So today I am thinking we are going to work on a, giant structure sort of based on off a skull. I think it will probably be where one of our next gates is to the next area. And yeah, let's see what we get into with it. Should be fun. Delete our cube. And I think I'm going to start today with a circle again. And let's make it radius of 100 meters. Fill it. Okay. And let's quad remesh it with 500. Delete the original. And I kind of want to put it on a hill. Let's go grab it. Sculpt mode. Mask it. And let's mask out that middle. Let's shrink it down a little bit so we get some difference. Here we go. And let's cut our strength down to like 0.25. And just paint a few things otherwise. And maybe even control paint here to undo some of that just a bit. Soften that edge down. Okay. Then grab the elastic grab. Get big. We'll do very big this time to start with and pull it down. Okay, and shrink it down. And tweak it. Okay. And let's clear our mask. Come on. And smooth it down some. Something like that? Sure. Bring that up. There's kind of a path in. And smooth it. And I don't think we're going to see these, but let's just bring these down just a bit more. Maybe up a bit. Okay, so we got a space for everything to go. And do we want to use terrain on it or just growth? I think we'll just do just growth. Let's save. There we go. 250814 live stream skull temple. Okay. Right. And it's big, so let's just cut it by 100. S.01 rotation scale. That's what we're going to do with it now. So last night I took Samuel's slime trails modifier and I went in and I exposed all of the options and I put it into my asset library so I can just pull it up anytime. So here it is. And we can adjust our sub D levels on it. Let's take it to 3. Let's try that. Maybe even 2 to start with. And we have, the other thing I added was I created a switch to either use the initial noise or to set a vertex group for it. I think this time we'll just let it kind of go. Let's see what we get. It's just kind of warping and modifying our terrain nicely. Take it to the end. And that's just cool. That's honestly cool looking terrain, period. It's kind of fun. Let's apply all. And let's add it again. And it's a sub D level of 1, so it's on slightly. Let's cut our displacement down to -1. So it's not quite as high. And run it again. Gives us these cool secondary trails there. Fun. Apply all. And I think that could be good. If we look at it material-wise, yeah. Keeps those first ones. Or those second ones, rather. But, yeah, looking suave. I think we can use this one. Let's tab U, Smart View Project. Unwrap it. S100, take it back to our full scale. Rotation scale. And F4, append. Let's go grab yesterday's Flesh Bridge material. Alien Organic one, ground. Append. And we'll give it to this. If we take a look at it, gives us this with the creepy red blob things, which I just think are fun. It looks really cool. Very into it. I think the scale's appropriate for this. I think we're good. I just love that they look like weird varicose veins. It's fun. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is bring ourselves in a person. Okay, let's use human gen again. And grab our dude. Dude scale. There we go. Okay. Just the dude. Okay, and I think I will flatten this top down a little bit as I look at it. Maybe just a bit. Just smooth it in kind of here, just a little bit. I don't think it would affect the materials, does it? Let's see. Not really. It does flatten them down a little bit there, but that's fine. Okay, cool. So there's a guy, roughly for scale. I don't care if he's sitting on the ground or not right now. And now we need to save and grab ourselves a skull we want to use. And we just grab one from here, from bones or skeletons. And decide what one we want to use. I'm thinking possibly this one. Let's take a look. That could be good. It's not quite as detailed as I would want, but we can play with that. Let's just check this one too. We'll see what our human one looks like. Also good, as you would expect. Maybe we'll use the human one. Let's delete that. Tab. Let's just see. Yes, okay, that is handy. I don't think we'll keep the teeth because I think we're going to give it its own teeth. Although we could maybe grab them. P section. Kill that out. Delete the spine. Okay, and we need to make this thing S10. Object, set origin to 3D cursor. Scale it up until it's like roughly that. That's pretty big. Not quite that big. Let's go that big. Okay. And let's see. GY. Something like that is cool, although now I'm gonna wish I had more ground over in the front there. I was thinking I'd put it straight up, but it's not bad though. Well, let's tweak. Sculpt mode. Let's make this bigger. Kind of grab all that and pull this more this way. That should be okay. That feels excellent. I'm into that. Now let's come back to this bad boy here. And tab L. 1, 3. Take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to set our vertex rotation point there. The 3D cursor. I'm just going to open the jaw. We probably want to grab the teeth too, don't we? Okay, that's all the lower teeth. Great. Except for one. There we go. Okay. Good deal. Where's our person? Just want to check him for scale. Oh yeah, he's way small comparatively speaking. Good. So that's more than enough room. Hey Solo, I'm doing all right. How are you? That's looking okay. Digging that. Cool. Let's take our ground. Let's sculpt around this skull just a little bit more. Bring it into the space. Bring that down. Like that. In here though, we do want. Up like that. Cool. Up like that. Great. Our skull has been placed. Again, let's double check our materials, make sure we didn't screw anything up. Nope, looks great. We'll worry about the bone on the guy later. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is create some flesh, which means I need to get the teeth out of there. And actually, I'm just gonna new collection, ground. Construction's loud today, sorry. Pause that, okay, turn that off. Now, back to this guy. LLIP section, make the teeth different. Can I show it in edit mode? Here it is, well, sure. I mean, there's nothing to it. It's edit mode. That's the vertices. Or do you mean the ground? Show you everything with the wireframe on. There's the wireframe. Oh, the terrain. Yeah, it's not that much, really. Yeah, that's more than enough. Particularly given that a person's very small here. Okay, so we got this bad boy here. Now, I'm thinking, duplicate it. I haven't tried this before. And Alt-S. And out just a tiny little bit. Undo. Great. Okay. So that's bigger now than the original one, right? Let's see. Yes. Cool. And just to make sure, I'm going to give it a material. It'll probably lose it in a minute, but it's fine. Organic. Now let's give it just organic gore. And right. Perfect. Good deal. Now, I'll take all three of these and S.01. Great. Turn off ground. And Control A, rotation and scale. Should still have, oh yeah, well, that one's got a bump on it, but that's fine. Kind of looks creepier actually, but we're gonna adjust it anyway. Kind of gonna do the same sort of thing, I think. If we take this object here now, that's the outer skin. Yeah, this one. And we're gonna give it Samuel's mask. Okay. And sub G level 1. Let's place in a -1. And maybe we won't give it the sub G level 2. Just keep it low. And play. And it's going to warp over everything. Cool. Maybe I won't make it bigger. I'm just going to change my mind on this. I'm just going to delete this thing, duplicate this, and use this to make it bigger. Add modifier, geometry nodes, ast. Great. Is it -1 and play. Yes. Cool. And apply all. Now, let's try doing it again. But instead of, we'll allow for the 1 sub D, I suppose. Instead of a -2, let's go with a +2. Maybe a +1. No, it's going to need more. +2. And a sub D level of 2. There we go. Now let's see. Rewind and play. It's going to eat all the skin away like that. That might be too much, although it's kind of neat looking. Let's unwind. This one, let's use a vertex group. So I actually got to get rid of it first. Tab. So this is our funky one here. We want it to go away, maybe starting from the eyes. And the teeth. There. Plus. Yeah. This modifier is actually, it's not in the, because it's new. This is Samuel's slime mold generator. He's got it up on his coffee. I shared it in the description, I think, 2 days ago, though. Okay, so we're going to go with that. Vertex group, add it, assign. Cool. Now, this one, add a modifier. That, cool. We're going to use the vertex group this time. Group. And let's see, displacement place of 1 and subview 2. Let's see what that does for us. Yeah. Oh man, that's so gnarly. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of good with that. Um, we could do it a little smaller. Let's try it one more time just to see. 3 and a, where's my spread? Accumulation spread of 2. No, I want it more than that. Let's go back to like 5. Might need more, let's see, particles this time. Let's take it to 5,000. See what makes a difference. Is it that? Let's do it. Let's see. Back to 7. That's kind of cool. I think I do like it better at 2, though. You know, we try it, we see. Yeah, I do. Maybe I'm going to add just a little more up here to peel it out of there, too. So let's come back in and tab. Assign that as there as well. And back. And turn on. Cool. And play. Yeah. Not quite. Let's cut our particle density down again. Yeah, we're just playing. 2,000. I think I maybe can live with that. Let's try. Bring it back some. Get exactly where we want. That looks cool. Let's use that. Okay. Cool. So we kind of created this weird fleshy thing on top of our. Great. And then I guess we could do it again. Sub-G level 1, sure. Displacement strength of minus 0.25. Just a tiny little bit of bump. This is going to go out again. It just makes it kind of more. Now let's try actually increasing our post blur to 0.1. Just to give us some micro things on it. I think that's going to be better. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to definitely be bumpier. Yeah. That looks cool. Very gnarly looking. So let's take all these things now again and S100 rotation scale, and that should bring us back. If we bring our ground back, we have a giant gooey fucking skeleton skull sitting on top of a hill. Woohoo! Into it. Quite into it, actually. I think that's looking kind of good. I don't like the teeth, though, but we fortunately can do a lot with that because we got a whole bunch of new teeth to play with. So let's take the teeth, tab A, separate by loose parts. So now each tooth should be its own thing. Yeah. Now we can go grab Bernard's teeth. Where are we? Yeah. Bernard. Various teeth. We have all kinds of options. I'm just going to pull them out of the way so I can see what I'm getting at. And let's start with the molars, I guess. At least on this side. Now let's bring in a molar. A big, gnarly, ugly-looking molar. And let's individual origin. Scale it up. Cool. Maybe we want to go with local. Cool. Into that. Let's scale it down a little bit. Cool. Not going to be too worried about it, but it is kind of neat. Let's do another one. I can't remember which way it goes. Control C, copy rotation. No, I think it's the other one, but copy scale. Yeah. All right, that's fine. Come on. Not too worried about it being like toothy accurate. Just kind of fun to throw some different ones in here. And I think we'll mirror them across the skull too to make it easier on us. And this is going to be a premolar, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to make it a premolar. Nice. These are looking way better than these low poly teeth, which I mean is to be expected. They were just base entry things. Cool. We'll probably need to do the top too. But that's fine. It doesn't take us too long. This one's going to be, I think, let's just make it a canid because they're cool looking. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's going to be a canid. That's looking cool. Cool. And then I don't know. What are your front teeth called? Incisors? I think that's what they are. Do an incisor or another canine. Just something kind of creepy here. Because no one's worried if these are actual dentist teeth. I am not a dentist. Shrink it down a little bit. Let's bring it in. Cool. Let's scale it up a little bit. Great. Okay, and then the next two can be incisors. Incisor. Okay, I just rotate it by hand. Come on, it's faster. I think we just get rid of the front teeth entirely. Good deal. And let's just get rid of all of these entirely. And then we select this, 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 and this to this. Alt-X, mirror. Teeth. Way cooler. Those are definitely better teeth. Into that. Let's do the same thing here. Delete. Grab a big old molar. Just something gnarly looking. Actually, I'm just going to kind of go screw it and go gnarly. Let's make his top teeth just be sharp teeth. I don't want him to be human, so I like that actually quite a bit. Let me make this one the same tooth. Cool. This one will make a giant canine. Like a giant canine. Cool. Then this one, maybe just get rid of them. Three. Let's take a look. Bring it forward a bit more. Cool. Yeah. Gonna be a little lazy on these front teeth just because I don't feel like doing it. Maybe one more shark tooth just in the front. Maybe a different, ooh, yeah. A little rodent tooth here too. Nice. Those will work. Grab all those. Grab the base skull again. Mirror it. We have teeth. That's pretty freaking gnarly looking. I'm liking it. Okay, so let's grab all these teeth and move new collection to teeth. We won't necessarily join them all just yet. Well, we probably could. Well, we'll do it in a minute. It's fine. Save. So now I want to build the entrance to our space. And this is our guy, so we can come down and see how big this whole thing is again. Like, it's big. Okay, so if we put a platform here. Plane. That's a 2-meter platform. Perfect. Okay. Up to there. A little higher. Cool. Nice. E minus Y 2. Give us just a little bit of that. Okay, and then turn on proportional and GZ and bring it down. Let's see what that does for us. Save. Let's go to collection and we're going to grab our platform. across and paste it. And then we'll just get it the heck out of the way. Take this, link, copy the modifiers, grab it, and then delete the original one. We no longer need it. And now we have funky stairs coming up here. Cool. And for right now, I'm just going to do ground. We might move the other stuff in there later. Platform, base, terrain collection is going to be ground. And we're going to get rid of the lights for right now. Density of 0. Okay. Now we need to, again, edit it. EY2 and Z1. Cool. Shift R. To there. That'll be fine. Even back 1 to there. EY2, create a flat. Plane there, cool. And then EY2 and Z2 as well. Maybe even 3. Is it still gonna make a stair? Yes, it is, good. Shift R, or no. Gotta do it again. EY2 and Z3. And Shift R. Okay. I don't know that I care too much, but definitely we'll pull it back. Ground. Sculpt mode. Just bring it back. We're not actually going to look up in to see that it's going up into nothing, so it's fine. We just want our road to go up that way. Cool. Good deal. So there's our first plane. Comes up to here. This tab. Let's do EX minus 2 and EX2. So we got a little bit of a platform there. Nice. Digging on it. That's just so gnarly. It's quite the nasty looking. I'm pleased. Now, do we want, kind of taking a break, a brief relook at this thing. Do we want some water in the front? I think we might. Water's always pretty cool. Mesh, cube. S, Shift Z, 100. That gives us a plane, the scale of that. Okay, so that's as much as we're gonna see. And we can take it down. Like that. Yeah. And that changes our mind for what we're gonna do for the front, but that's cool too. I think it'd be better for it. Grab this thing again. And let's just get rid of, from here rather, 7. EY minus 2. Going across to there. Cool. Let's just get rid of these two. Good morning, Michael. Faces. Okay, and I'm just going to take the whole thing up just a little bit. think that's better anyway. And we have our path crossing the blood lake. And we can just edit this. All right, let's sculpt it. We'll be a little slow, but not too bad. That's doing all right, actually. There we go. And maybe bring this down just a bit. Cool. Nice. Tab 2 EY -2 GZ. Turn off proportional. Just a little bit of a stare at the base. Yep. Yeah, you spend the effort making the modifier, and then once you're done that, then you go forward. So like I made the components for this walkway, but now I only had to do it once instead of dozens and dozens of times. And it's certainly faster. And it keeps your world kind of consistent. And if you need to change things, it makes it much faster because I can just rip this whole thing out, change it around, no problem. So yes, it is a good thing. Into that. Now, I was thinking about putting like some over things here, but I kind of want it to just be like a long path. So I think we'll just keep it as a path. This, I'm going to grab the blood from yesterday. Append. Yeah, blood. And our lake is blood. The blood lake. Cool. Now we have the materials too. We might as well do this as well. This is our skeleton tab. AU. Smart UV project. Unwrap it. And it's going to be bone. Capital B. Yep. And our teeth. Just kill that. Oh, that should be in there. In its own group. New collection. Blood. That's off. Cool. Teeth. Canine. Have all these been UV'd or not? I don't think they were they? I think I've been through this. Tab. A. U. Smart UV project. Unwrap them all. Cool. Come back, and this canine is going to be, and give back my space, bone 1, and then we're going to select all of them, make that define, and link materials. This sucker here, A, U, Smart UV project, unwrap. Teeth, I know, I always want to do that. It's the old 40K player in me. Move this and this, and we'll give it, we're going to go with just gore organic this time, I think, or rotten meat. Rotten meat does sound good. Let's do rotten meat. See how it looks. Oh, yeah. So gnarly. Such a good way to add bullshit skin on top of the skeleton. Oh, that's so cool. I'm down. Okay. Right. And what we've done is we've relied on some procedural stuff for some heavy lifting, but by using these higher poly teeth, the skeleton looks a lot more finished than it actually is. Like the skeleton by itself is kind of nothing, and it's low poly as shit, but it doesn't need to be when you cover it with some stuff with some good materials, and then you have these high poly teeth to draw your attention. Like, oh, there's detail, and you don't notice that there's zero detail up here. I am, however, going to take this and change the UV. Undo. Do not move it. Change the UVs on it. Make them a little bit bigger. S5. Okay. Yeah, now it's scale. Now it feels a little bit better. So, I am torn between trying to put like human built things out the eyes or just leaving it very stark. I'm kind of leaning towards very stark, which means we'll need to build stuff in other places, but we can certainly do that. I think slight retching noise. Yeah, it's kind of gnarly. I'm not going to argue that one with you. Let's take this. And again, our ground is really simple. There's nothing, not high poly at all. And let's curve extract out that curve. Okay. And just to make sure, set origin to 3D cursor. Great. It should have been there already, but you know. Now, let's take another tooth. Maybe one we haven't used before. But let's try this one. Scale it up 10, maybe even 20. And let's give it add a modifier of array fit curve retop a circle curve. That's obviously far too many because we want to have an offset relative or constant. Let's go with relative of 5, maybe 8. Try it to start with. Yeah, well, we haven't finished with drips yet, you know, so we may yet do more drips, man. Add a modifier, deform, curve. Select our curve. And now we're going all the way around. And cool. We can take this thing and this thing. You want it bigger? Or is that kind of, I think that's a good size. GX. Rotate it around to the 2. Just tab stance wise, kind of go to the front like that. That just feels kind of more apropos. I'm into that. They all curve inward. That's nice. Because we're going to do, I think, the same thing again. Same kind of vibe. Yeah. Let's do them different for each one. Nah, I'm gonna turn these off for right now. So just have the individual one. Okay. And S.01. Agree to that. Cool. Control A, rotation, scale. Tab. Is there a subgroup for it? No, it's all just one. Alt Z, C. And grab that part here. And maybe a bit more. It's going to grow anyway, I think, but let's take it to there. And here. Yeah, let's just do it. Why not? There we go. Okay, and 3, Alt Z, B. Just grab that bottom part too. There we go. Save. So we could grow from that. We could separate that out. Let's separate that into a new object. Shift D, P, loose parts. Cool, that worked, right? No, it's not loose parts, sorry. Or maybe it was. P, section. Just make sure that it's not. Yep, we're good. Okay, so this one is our sub part. I'm just going to get rid of these two on it now. And make sure our scale is set to right. Yeah, we're one. Add modifier, geometry nodes. Sorry, masked. I'm just going to let it kind of go, I think. Whew, oh, well, that's gnarly, isn't it? Well, let's just set a displacement strength to -1. And maybe not sub-D it. Yeah, that's better. And rewind. Let's see what it does. Okay, that's some ugly geometry. So we probably need to fix that first. We tried. Let's just look at it. Okay. It's 102,000. Great. Let's quad remesh it to 25,000. What am I? It really depends on what I'm doing. Chances are, I mean, the most used one's photographer because I use it in every single render to make a rendering. After photographer, I use geoscatter a ton. I tend to use parts of hardops, but not much of it. But like, I love the way hardops does mirroring, so I use that all the time. Random flow, I use a bunch. It really, really depends. That looks better now. Okay. Masked. Not a sub-D level. So strength of -1. It's still going to grow, probably big, but let's see. Still too high. Still too big. I wonder if we just double the size of it. S2. Rotation scale. And then play. That's better. And sure, that's cool. And let's apply all. Then tab 3, Alt Z, C. Grab those ones. We're going to make them the group. And we're going to, again, do it again. Masked. But this time we'll come down here and use a vertex group for group. and we're going to displace a +1 and play. Now let's see what that gives us. I don't know. We'll see. We can go to S.5 and come back and look at it. Got some funky stuff going on here. It's okay. The tooth was a little bit weirder, though, on it for what I wanted. It's not bad, though. Let's see what happens if we differential growth it. And we're going to just take this very smaller point. Maybe not quite that small. No, maybe actually. Okay. And rewind it, and let's just see what happens. So let's save. Let's play it. That's kind of interesting. I'm actually good with that. Let's do that, and then apply all. Rewind. Do it again. Big believer in using the same modifiers multiple times with different parameters. 1, we're going to go with a growth direction add of -1, multiplier of 2, and 0.25. Save and play. Let's increase our scale to like 20. And save and play, and we'll go to 0.02. Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm just going to apply that. I'm going to edit it. U Smart UV project. Unwrap it. Oh, photographer controls all of your camera settings. So your resolution, your exposures, your focal points, all that kind of stuff. And it's a much better add-on than native Blender for doing that stuff, in my opinion. So let's make this one fat meat. This one is Smart UV project, unwrap. And tooth, or bone rather, sorry. And then this is going to join to this. And then this, we're going to turn back on these modifiers. And the net result should be ready to go. Oh, did I not scale it up? Yes, turn these back on. S100 should be the center. Yeah. Now turn these on. Cool. And it made them wider, so it changed it around a bit, but that's fine. GX. We'll do it that way. 5 is fine. Oh no, we got something's duplicating there, isn't it? Oh, I see. You know what? We might be just with array. Instead of doing fit to curve, let's just do count, fixed count, and do 5. That keeps it better. And Z8, we take a look at it. We get some, again, gnarly dripping things. And that's mostly our background. I'm not too worried about it anyway. That's why it's extending out to the side to the edge of our ground, but that's fine because I don't think we're really going to go out that far. It was fun to do though. We got that. Now, let's see. I think that's background distance. I keep wanting to play in there, and I don't think I need to. I gotta resist the urge. But here I want to play. So this is in those two. New collection, skull, create, and then teeth. I'm going to move to skull. Right? Yeah. And then skull, and this will slow us down a little bit, but let's see what it gives us. Skull, I'm going to move to ground. And it's going to slow our platform down a lot as it recalculates to make sure it touches all that stuff. But I think it'll still be better. Yeah. You don't notice a huge difference, but there is a difference there. But it is going to slow down anything dealing with those things now. So I'm actually going to turn this off for right now. Make our life better. Now, I want to create some goo. Organic. Let's just come to like right here and generate nets. What do I do with all the renders? Not much. Post them up. I make share them. You know, they're just I enjoy them making more than the using them for anything. To be honest, sometimes I make song covers out of them because I also write music. Main settings on this collision is going to go to skull. Cool. Yes. Resolution is going to be 1024. Let's try just that for this time. I think we went a little crazy last time. And GY, let's bring this forward. Kind of perfect. Maybe set our link length to 4. And maybe let's just move it just a bit more. The lattice of flesh here, this is the organic add-on, and it just creates stuff based off of connecting it to a collision. It's the same vibe. There's a lot of, you can find this for a lot of like spider web creators. It's essentially the same thing. I'm just gonna, for the purposes of making my life faster, we're gonna set the center to it. There. No, I think I do kind of like the center here. Yeah, it's geometry nodes. I'm sure. I mean, I didn't make it, but I'm sure it is. It is geometry nodes. And now we do want it further in. Don't listen to what it says it is. Listen to what it does. I just want to create some like tendons to look like they kind of connect that together. Turn off preview. Yeah, it's a fun one. It has limited uses if you don't make a lot of gory, nasty shit, but if you do, it's real nice. I'm into that. Let's increase our radius to 18 this time. I don't often do this, but I want to make it a bit more chunky. Yeah, and maybe let's cut our density down to 5. Yeah, that's cool. Some of them aren't really touching, which is annoying. It's not it's not the most accurate for this. Let's just tweak it a little bit, see if we can kind of get it closer to what I want. It is a fun one, though. Okay, now let's just save too once it finishes doing this. It's almost like I'm trying to make it connect to things it's not meant to do in too high res a scenario. There we go. That's actually a lot better. Cool. And can we just take it? And I wonder, can we mirror it to this thing and have it actually work? Let's see. Encoding overloaded. Yeah, come on. There we go. That's cool. Let's see if we can change the order of the two. We move this first. That should make them not totally symmetrical, I think. Yep. Word. Get some weird crossing into the platform, but I'm okay with that. That's fun. Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe not. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. Yeah. Let's just duplicate it. Shift D, PX over to here. There. On. Cool. Yeah, this whole project for me, I do so much hard surface vehicles and sci-fi stuff as a general basis that I really wanted to like try making it, doing something really gnarly. That's kind of what started this whole project, was to see how organic we could go. It's been fun. Cool. That is better. Again, we got some that are connecting to nothing, going nowhere, but I'm okay with it, I think. We can also just apply them. I don't think this makes a real strong difference, but 6. Let's see, I'm just curious. -5. You're going to do both? That's what you get when you use modifiers you didn't make. You're like, I kind of know what these things do, but not a lot. They don't seem to do much there. But it's fine. I'm still going to apply to mesh. And I think I'll apply this one as well. Great. Now we can sculpt it into place, just because it is kind of annoying me to have these up, so now they're down. That's better. So Alt Q. Yeah. Bring that down there. The rest of these are doing pretty well, I think, but we can bring them in a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. It's not bugging me too much this time. That's better. That one's bugging me. I just don't want sort of a very obvious kind of floating to nowhere kind of things. Cool. That's better. This side looks a little better. Oh. Alt Q. Come back in. Cool. I'm not seeing as much things that's sort of pissing me off on this side. That looks good. Can just, yeah. Let's make these up. Sure. And just gonna join them together, I think. Let's make them one thing. Tab A, smart projectum. Come back out and make them also fat meat. Take a look. We will allow them to displace. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fun. Just taking a look, seeing if there's anything else I really want to mess with on it. Feeling pretty good. Let's start bringing in the sky and stuff and looking at the next, sort of taking it to the next cycle of things. We're going to steal it from yesterday again. World 1. Grab the world. Let's go to lights. Add in our sun. And objects. And add in our fog. Same world, same settings. Okay. World 1. And it's very dark. We know this. This is photographer. So photographer now I'm going to set my camera to the area Alexa. I'm going to give us a clip end of 500 meters. I'm going to set my lens to an anamorphic 50 and make it an anamorphic 35. I'm going to set my exposure to 5 and my resolution to Panavision wide. And there. And that's why I love photographer. And now I'm going to come here and I'm turn off the floor because it's annoying. Cool. Great. So we can see already that our fog needs to move a little bit. Let's see. I'm just going to edit it actually. Tab 3. Oh, come on. There we go. GZ. We'll take it down. This one doesn't have volumetrics in the blood, so we can go all the way down. That's fine. Cool. Save. And let's move it to its own group. New collection. Fog. The sun. It does not, I say this every time, it annoys me, it does not bring in the transformations to it, so you have to redo that. But that's fine, because every scene is supposed to be a little different anyway. So let's do that, and then let's go across like this. Try to get some sweeping light through those teeth. Let's see. Yeah. That's definitely sweeping light through those teeth. Definitely shapes the skull better now. I want to keep it low. Actually, I kind of think I want a few more of those teeth. But fortunately, we haven't applied them, so we can just do that. 6, 7, 8. There we go. No. Relative offset factor of, we can change that too. That's interesting, they're not making them uniform. Let's just try instead of a relative offset. I'm just curious. Let's try a constant offset of every 10 meters. Well, we need more than that. Every 50 meters, 80 meters. That looks pretty close. Yeah, that gives us more of the spikies. I'm into them. Cool. Let's just go up a little bit. Might even need to go from a 35 to a 28. Let's see. That's better. I do like that better. Okay. Yeah, line it up. Seems pretty close to where we'd want to be. Yeah. I mean, that's just gnarly. In the best possible way. I'm just going to take this down. GZ -3. Just a little bit. Is that, we like that better? Maybe minus more. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Now, we want to decide, I mean, we're going to move our angle around, but for this shot, do we want something in this foreground here? This is still very large, so a person is probably very tiny here. Let's get rid of Philippe, but we put, like, say, me here. Me. So that's a human height. See if I'm standing right in front of the camera. How big am I? Not bad. I'm very bright. We don't want me to be that bright, so we're going to need to put something to block the sun on me at least a little bit. But I do kind of like me there. It just looks kind of shit with it lit like that. I'm not worried about me sitting inside the ground too. That's fine. Lights, Shift A, Mesh, Plane, S25, GZ. That could be neat. Do we want to let some light through on it? We could. Let's try that. We haven't done that in a while. Shading. New. Gobo. Search. Noise. Texture. And I'm going to actually go, well, let's see. Let's go back to our original world just for seeing purposes. And noise texture on there. Shift A, ramp. Come on. Slide this out the way. That like that, and we'll make this that. And color goes into opacity, alpha, and there. And let's just see. Go back to the other world. We'll have to move it around. So I'm dark. Are we gonna make it? Yeah. Let's cut it back. There we go. That's kind of interesting. And now we'll go over here and we'll make it visibility. Right? Yeah. Visibility. Not visible to camera. These are glossy. Should be visible as shadow though. Just want you to make darker on me. All right, might be easier to see in the other world. World. No, it's not, actually. Might need to be on, sorry. I forget. We might need diffuse turned on. Yeah, we do. Okay, so it's not viewable to glossy, to camera, but it will affect this other stuff. That's kind of fun. There we can bring some light back in. Great. Nice. All right, wasted enough time on that, right? I'm gonna rotate me around anyway. So you can see kind of just the very edge of me. Okay, but it does give us some cool shadows in the middle parts there too, which is nice. You know, something different to do. Save. And I'm just gonna take it and so it doesn't drive me nuts. Viewport display to bounds. I make it unselectable. So now I'm not gonna worry about it anywhere else. Okay. And is there anything else we want to do to this space? First off, so we need to turn this back on. And it's going to chug for a minute. And it's back on. Cool. Cool. Didn't affect goo. Didn't want it to affect goo. That's fine. Take a look again. Not bad. There's your real Castle Grayskull right there, man. Okay. I think I want some light there. That I think will help. And by there I mean inside the skull. So let's put a light up here. Area. GY, GZ down. Let's try that. Color, I want to make it quite cool because everything else is super warm. I want to differentiate. So let's go to like 13,000 and a power of like 500. Let's see what that does. Yeah, that's giving us what we want. Just a really strong focal point there. Maybe not quite 500. Let's just so we know, let's go up. One's not enough. 250. 250 might be good. Yeah, I think 250 is good. There's stuff going on there. Now, I can come back. I know what I'm going to do. This sucker here. I want to turn it off first. Tab 2. And how do we want to do this? Actually, 1 here, here, there. Yes. There. Yes. Ideally, let me put them all these places. It's been a bit of a bitch lately, though. The lights. Plus, assign, and I called it lamps, right? Or lights? Let's see. Lamps. And lamps, minimum distance of 0.1, density of 1. I could just do them on my own, honestly, but let's see. We might actually just do that. This isn't big enough that it might be. If it doesn't work, I'm not going to mess with it. Come on. Oh, give us 3. Whoa. And offset. Okay, no, that's not what we wanted. Oh, I see, yeah. Wait. Board jumper's on a curve? What are you talking about? Minimum distance. 2. In fact, that's gonna. And I know why it's doing that. I think, actually. This time I actually think I do know why it's doing that. Let's see if that changes it. Let's make it a little wider. And if this doesn't work, I'm just going to place them manually. So, yeah. It's not hard anyway. And it didn't work. Fine. Density of 0. I do want some lights, but I don't want to mess with it. So we're just going to grab them on our own. Collection. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And where's my lamp? I mean, I can just go look at it. Okay. There's my lamp. Shift D. Yes, I know you're thinking now. I should have turned it off first. It's fine. M. Come on. Yeah. New and just move it to scene collection. It's fine. And then just G. I made this thing mirror, didn't I? So I can mirror them. That'd be fine. That'll work, actually. We'll just do that. Kind of want a couple of them. So if I put it here. And Q array. Let me take it to its... Fine, I'll just fix it here. Yeah. Array constant -4. And let's just give it they're not lining up properly. Interesting. Let's give it more of a minus. So we can get it to line up to that. That's better. That works for me. We can do one more. 12, cool. And do we want to mirror it? Both sides. Yeah, we do. Cool. Great. Save. Take a look at it. Yeah, we got our lights. Oh, yeah. Turn back collection back off again. Come on. Here we go. Looking good. We got our lights going into our temple. We got our light here drawing your attention. So it's a clear line into here compositionally. Feeling pretty good about it. I like this guy. I think we've made something fun here. So to recap, we made our ground and we got it all wonky looking using the slime mold add-on. Then we took our skeleton and we opened the jaw and we made it bigger and all that crap. And then we added a duplicate of it and used the same slime mold thing to generate some skin on top of it. Then we used the same slime mold thing in reverse to take skin away from it, to rip it and create these holes. Then we brought in our teeth, which I love. Then we made our teeth around the outside with the combination of, again, slime mold and my differential growth add-on, which is available on my Patreon. We got a simple but really effective platform crossing the blood lake up to it. And then we used the organic add-on to make these things on the sides. And I like them. I feel like it is pretty much where we want it to be. So again, like, I mean, I know I say this a lot, but in closing, it's how you use these tools that accomplish something, not necessarily the tool itself. Like, I didn't make slime molds with this, and then I used it to literally eat holes in skin. You know, I use the same tools over and over again in different ways to accomplish different things, but they're simple tools. They're not hard. Anyway, thanks again for hanging out with me, everybody. I appreciate it, as always. I will be back again tomorrow, and I think we will do the actual gate into the next area so that I can start the next area on Monday. That just seems very sort of neat and tidy. And I've got an idea what the next area is going to be. And one can only do, you know, dripping goo off of skeletons for so many days in a row. Yeah. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye.